So welcome back guys to my YouTube channel. So in this video we will cover about some of the basics tutorials for Python programming, as we have uploaded the first part of this video which you can check in our channel, and this is the second part of that Python basic tutorial. In that video we have completed the data types, used number, data type, integer, float and complex one we have covered, and in sequence, string, list, tuple and dictionary also we have covered. Okay, we will recall the basics. Whatever the basics will come, I will tell you, and will tell you how much programming. Okay, so there are variables and values. What are variable and values? As variables, you should know that what variable is and what are the facts related to it. Okay, in Python, as we know, values are actually objects. Okay, values are objects, means they are constant values. Means you can understand variables like a to z. We give a number to a specific variable that is known as its value. Okay, their variable names are actually their names difference. Okay, मतलब their values are given with reference to their variables. Okay, suppose we can assign 10 to a variable a. This is a variable and the value of this a is 10. We can also say this, these both statements are same. So here the value of 10 is an object and a is the reference name. Okay, a is the reference name, means it, for that 10 the reference point for identifying it is a, so that is known as its reference name. Okay, so there is this reference name and reference object. Okay, this is reference variable and this is object, you can understand it. Okay, then we will see variables. If we assign 10 to a variable b, okay, so b will refer to the same object. Okay, means for example b and a had the same value, that is 10, so we can write it as b is equals to a is equals to 10. Okay, so that 10 is a value for b and a, so b and a are the reference variables with respect to the 10. Okay, here we can have two variables but with same location. With same location means same value. B and A are different variables or different reference, but their location is same. Location means their value is same. For example, if we change that value of B, like B is equals to 20, okay, and if we will change the value of B is equals to 20, so the value of A, which was 10, will remain as it is. Okay, means its object, means its object place with reference to it will change, but the location doesn't remain same because the value is already changed. You can understand, as the location means the value which we are assigned to a specific variable. Okay, that is known as its location. And mutable and immutable types, as in that video we covered that lists are mutable and tuples are non-mutable and immutable. So mutable which can be modified or changeable, and like list and dictionary and sets, these three things are the mutable data types, and except three, all are the immutable data types which are not changeable. Integer, float, boolean, string and tuples we have covered in that video, you can check it out. Then operators are there. Operators, what are operators? These are the symbols that show the specific behavior or action when applied to operands. Okay, means these are the operators. They may be of various types, means they are identifying or operating a specific program. Okay, as Python supports following operations like arithmetic operators, relational, identity, logical, bitwise, membership. Okay, so we will discuss it in very short term, you can check it. So operators associativity, we can understand. First of all, we should know what is operator associativity. Okay, we can understand, if an expression or statement consists of multiple or more than one operator, then these associative will be following from left to right. For example, in this, here one operator that is of mathematical, or you can say what, arithmetic operator, and here also an arithmetic operator, different operators are used, so that is known as associative from left to right. In above given expression, you can see that the 7 into 8, that is will be calculated as 56, and 56 will be divided by 5. Okay, and result is 11.2. Okay, one slash single slash, the value will come in point. In double slash, the value will not come in point or decimal. Approximation value will come. Then 11.2 again divided by 2 and will result in 5.0. That is known as the operator associativity. Okay, as above given example will be calculated as 3 double into 2. You can understand it. It is a basic mathematics, but in the form of computer science. Okay. Then here the typecasting. What do you understand by typecasting? As we know that in Python we convert the things from binary to byte strings. Na? So that is known as the typecasting. As there is an expression that may be consist of mixed data types. In such data types, Python changes data type into operators internally the space of inter. Okay, matlab we can convert any of the data type into another. For example, if a data type, if we take a value a is equals to 4, and if we will print a, so that will be considered as string. I know that this is a full number integer, but if the value or the something which is written in double inverted commas, so that will be considered as a string. So if I will check for type a, so that will give us the string, and b is equals to int of a. And if we give the value or assign the value b to that integer a, that is not specifically an integer, okay, that is a string, but only if I only take 4, so that is the integer. Another example, we can say a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 10.5. So a is equals to 5 is your integer, this is your integer. Okay, this is your integer, and 10.5, this is your integer also, but that is more than float or decimal point. Okay, so we can convert it to using a float. Means a is equals to 5 to b is equals to 10.5, we can convert it by using the d is float a. Means a different value is assigned d variable to a, and that will convert that integer into float. Okay, then how we will take the input? For taking input in Python, you should know, for example, input functions are used to give the input commands. Okay, for example, we can give any input to any device, so that gives the output. Now display the result out. That is known as taking input. As we can see, radius is equals to integer input, है ना? Then int means integer. Okay, and we have to input that value. Volume also, the formula for that volume of sphere, अच्छा cone, sorry, cone, and then print the value. So that's how we can take the input. You can see it, and then we will perform some of the practicals, so your concepts will be more clarified by it. Its output will come like this. We will perform this. Okay. And types of statement in Python. Okay? In Python, statements are of three types. Okay? First is empty statements, second is simple statements, and third is compound statements. So empty statement by name, it is known to all of us, right? That is null statement. Okay. In simple statements, these are the single statement. For example, name is equals to int input or enter name or something else, which is in one line only. So that is a single or simple statement. And compound statements are those which contains header of that function and also more than its input in entering the values. Okay, and the header line starts with keyword and ends with colon. And for example, if we write def function, and we perform like def efficiency function. So and then for I in range, that's I will tell you. So these are called the compound statements. Okay, then statement flow control. What is statement flow control? By name we should understand, because computer science is same like that. It comes truly by the name. Okay, so in a program, statement execute in sequential manner. Okay, so in a very sequenceable and very selective manner, if a command or a statement is executed, that is known as statement flow control. As in sequential, the first the value, first the program is started, then we input something. That function, that program is for the calculating the simple interest. Okay, so for example, we started that program, then input p is the, you know, that principal rate and time. Okay, and then simple interest formula we use, and then print si and then stop that function. So that is a complete syntax you can understand. Okay, then in selective, in sequential, there is a sequence. If the sequence is if I will write this to initial stage and the second to third, so that will have a chance to come error. Okay, in selective, there is this start that program input a and b, then if a greater than b, so we print that a is big, and if not, so print b is big. So there are two condition, means uh, a condition is executed, and if the condition is satisfying to a specific situation, though the selection of that specific option is considered, and then same like the stop. Then in iterative iteration, okay, we start that function, then input, and then take any variable, and then check key is it greater or equals to. If yes, so we directly consider the function, and if no, so other statement or other condition will be checked. Okay, then in Python, if statements, what is the use of that if statement? Okay, in Python, if statement is used to select the statement for processing. Okay, if execution of a statement is to be done on the basis of a condition, statement is to be used. Okay, if condition is used when we execute a program, and error or any kind of doubt we have, so we use that if statement. Okay, for example, we can see here, if a is equals to 10, if a double equals to 10. Okay, a double equals to means, in that video, previous video, we saw that ki double equals to means for boolean checking. Okay, that it is true or false. A, the value of a is double equals to 10, means is it equals to 10? If is it, so print a is equals to 10. So that is like that. Okay, we, if is used for a specific condition. Okay, or having a specific doubt कि हाँ, if it is, so print a, or we can use here else also. Huh? Then if else statement also we can take. If out of two statement, it is required to select one statement for processing on the basis of a condition, if else statement is used. Okay, for example, if a is equals to 10 and if a is equals to 10, print a is equals to 10. But that in English we use but, na, here we use else, या फिर. Okay, else print a is not equals to 10, means the probability of having this value is equals to 10 is 1:2. Okay, means that will be equals to 10 or not will be equals to 10. So there are two conditions. Okay, for two condition, if one condition, for satisfying one condition, we use if else statement. Then nested if else. First of all, you should know what is nested. Nested means empty. Okay, yeah, a new, you can say a new or empty. For example, we see from the program, if a is equals to integer input, enter number. Okay, b input, and c equals to input. Okay, if a is greater than b, if a greater than b, if a greater than c, so print a is greater. Okay, else, या फिर print c is greater. Else, if b is greater, print b is greater. And these are the conditions where we use if or else conditions. Okay, so you can understand it, and we will perform the practical, you can clarify it. Okay, then loop and repetitive task iteration, what do you understand? As we know, what is loop? Loop means executing a specific program in a specific manner through looping is known as loop, है ना? As these controls the structure used for repeated execution of statement on the basis of condition. Okay, means we can check for the repeated conditions, means the condition which are repeating, so we can loop or repetitive, it is known as. Okay, loop has three main components, that is start, step, and stop. Okay, start, step, and stop. For loop and while loop are used mostly in this. Okay, for loop, while loop. Then range function you should know. In Python, an important function is range. Okay, syntax is, you can understand it from lower limit and upper limit. Lower limit means, and the lower case or upper case, or you can understand. Okay? Then the list will be created, it is the same. That jump, in that above, for and For and while loop, we will see range function is for the specific range. For example, from range 1 to from 1 to 10 है ना. So range function is used like this. Okay. Then jump statement. Jump statement is break statement. Okay. While testing a specific command, or while executing it, so we use that jump or break statement. If we want to skip any statement or the step, so we can use the jump statement, or for executing or after executing to end or stop that program, we will use break statement. Okay, so you can see the syntax: while test condition statement 1, and if condition we will use, then break, and loop will terminate. Loop terminate means loop will end. Okay, and then the loop will terminate and statement 4 will be executed. So like this you can see jump statement like this is NIK input enter number and C is equals to 1 while C greater than smaller than equals to 11. So if C is equals to break, है ना? So this is for terminating the program. Okay, so in this video we will cover this much only, and we will perform the practical for it. Okay.